Brr. Chilly one out there today. Feeling like Minnesota, but I like it. You guys are probably wondering when the beach temps are going to be here. Soon enough. But in the meantime, we got math to do. All right, so back on the grind today, back in the office. All right, and do have a helper. Oh, she just ran. There she is. Say hi to Lucky. And cue the cat mug. That's why we work hard. So our cats, dogs, pets can have a better life. All right, we got the setup here. This is the sequel to yesterday's video. Printer. We're relying on technology more than ever these days, so clutch to have a new printer. All right, here we go. I didn't get any specific questions or requests for the homework, so I'm just gonna go through 3, 7, and 11. All right, try to keep these videos relatively short for you guys. So number 3, hopefully you guys can see we got a little bit of a glare here, but -4 radical 6 minus 1 radical 6. I'm going to add that 1 in here so I don't forget. And all I have to do is combine like terms, all right? I like to underline my like terms. We have -4 radical 6 and -1 radical 6. So when we combine those, we get -5. -4 radical 6 minus 1 radical 6 is -5 radical 6. And we ask ourselves, can we break down radical 6 any further? And the answer is no, we cannot. So it's as far as we can go for number 3. All right, moving down to number 7. I think we are going to be able to simplify some of this. Right away, we look at it, we cannot combine any like terms. We have a radical 45, radical 20, and a radical 6. So none of those combine right away. Let's see once we simplify if we can, break any of these down further and then combine. So -2, and then we split up radical 45. Well, we got to think about what perfect square factors are in 45. That's when you can look at that factor chart. I attached that yesterday. All right, so feel free to look at that factor chart. I'm thinking 9 and 5 here. All right, if you're thinking 9 and 5, that's good. And then we look to 20 minus 3 radical 20. How are we going to split up 20? We've done that one many times, right? 4 and 5. And you also can use this as a hint. You should be looking for some like terms. Notice you did have radical 5 here and you had radical 5 here. So those will be able to eventually be combined. This one cannot since it's radical 6. So I'm just going to add that to the end, -2 radical 6. Okay, I'm going to pause the video and show a few more steps so you guys can do the same. All right, try to finish this one off. All right, and then you check your answer sheet. Got it. -12 radical 5 minus 2 radical 6. And we're going to go to number 11 now. Last one for this video. Now we notice cube roots, just like in number 9, all right? So we got to change our brain here a little bit. Look at that power cheat sheet if you want. Now we're looking for these numbers, not the perfect squares anymore, perfect cubes. All right, for those, factor charts, we're trying to think of which one of these numbers can we break it down to. All right, so you'll see how that goes with this example. I can also attach another type of a cheat sheet, all right, for you to use on your mini quiz later this week. All right, so here we go. We have negative cube root of 320 minus 4 cube root of 5. All right, so here's a note I'm going to make already. This one I cannot simplify any further. So perhaps I'm looking for something that has a cube root of 5. We'll see. All right, plus 2 cube root of 135 plus 2 cube root of 16. So a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, so check it out here. Once I broke down with the factors, I found the cube root of 64. That's a perfect cube. That's on our list. All right, times 5. That's going to get us 320. So that one we can simplify. All right, this one we said was already as far as simplified as we could get it. All right, and the next one, 135, I broke that up with 27 and 5, since 27 is also a perfect cube. And 16 I broke up with 8 and 2, since 8 is a perfect cube. So now we just have to simplify all these. The cube root of 64 is 4. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64, which you can see on your cheat sheet here. All right, you have to kind of pinpoint these in the middle. All right, so the cube root of 64 is 4. So that's going to leave us with negative 4 times the cube root of 5. All right, which now we can combine with the negative 4 cube root of 5 we already had. All right, so that's going to give us negative 8 cube root of 5. And then we're going to break down this one. 2 times cube root of 27. Well, 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, so that's going to be 2 times 3 times the cube root of 5. All right, and then the cube root of 8 is 2, so plus 2 times 2 times the cube root of 2. All right, I'm going to multiply these and combine some like terms, and then I'll show you the final answer. Hang tight. All right, there you have it. So we already said negative 4, and negative 4 was negative 8. Once we multiplied 2 times 3 over here, that gave us 6. So negative 8 plus 6 was negative 2 times the cube root of 5. And then I just did 2 times 2 over here to get 4, and you get 4 cube root of 2. So that is your final answer, fully simplified. Okay, and there's our final answer. All I did was I just, took the square root of 9 to get 3, the square root of 4 to get 2. I multiplied those. Ended up with negative 6 radical 5 for both of them. So then when you combine those, you end up with negative 12 radical 5. And then still we had the minus 2 radical 6. All right, so that's as far as you can go. That's fully simplified. All right, so that's half your homework problems right there. Remember, that's due today by 3:15 p.m. Okay, so try to get that done by then. It looked like about half of you completed it already yesterday, so nice job. All right, and, we understand the technology. So I was talking about how we're relying on technology more than ever these days. If you're struggling with that, just let us know. We'll work with you. If you don't have a printer, no worries. Just find some scrap paper, a notebook, and just write the problems out on that and send us a picture of your work. That's just fine. All right. So just remember, if you have a phone and you can take a picture on that phone, then you can submit your work. All right. That's really all it takes. I posted a couple videos on how to do that if you're still struggling, but just try to take a picture of that work. That way we can see, okay, they're not just copying the answer down. They're showing some steps, and then you get your full credit. Here's a little sneak preview at today's practice sheet. All right. Notice I said practice sheet. This one is just going to be, do it for your own betterment, for your own benefit, just to get better at these. It's all square roots. There's no cube roots on this. So just kind of taking a step back today, practicing combining some like terms in the beginning here with some addition and subtraction, and then simplifying as we get further through this worksheet. All right, so just to practice one today, you don't have to submit it. All right, tomorrow we'll have a quiz review and then a mini quiz on Friday. All right, so a couple of reminders, guys. Homework due today, 3:15 p.m. Okay, try to get that one done, and please submit a picture of your work, all right, for full credit. Let's see, the one I just previewed, that's just the practice sheet for today. No need to turn that in. Tomorrow you will have a quiz review, which will be posted as an assignment, so you need to turn that one in for credit. And then, I'll post one of those EduCreations review videos. I like that app where I can just take a picture of the quiz review and write on that. So I'll post one of those EduCreations review videos tomorrow, and then might switch it up this week with an Edulastic assessment. Okay, so be on the lookout for an Edulastic mini quiz for Friday. All right, probably like 10 questions, just adding and subtracting these radical expressions. All right, and then next week we'll get into multiplying and dividing. All right, I think that's about it. Any questions, feel free to email us, and have a wonderful Wednesday.